Alrighty, what's up, guys? This is Dylan from the Unscripted podcast. This is going to be episode, what are we looking at, 19? 19. I got Miles to my left.
What's going on?
I got Zach to my further left.
What's up?
And yeah, it's 7:20 p.m., January 10th, 2021. And before we get started here, we just wanted to give a big shout out with our guys at IQ Betting. They're offering high-end sports handicapping results at extremely cheap prices. And yes, so they're a sports gambling company, and
Like
that
advisors,
is
right?
yeah, and so that is IQ Betting on Instagram. IQ Betting. Contact them and say the Unscripted podcast sent you. We got a little thing with them going, and we appreciate them.
And 10% off your consultation with them if you tell them that we, the Unscripted podcast, sent you. So
Yeah, there you go. 10% deal, and we'd be talking the line, so you maybe go off of our takes or don't. Maybe just do the opposite of what we say, and then you'll make some money.
yeah, use them and they'll tell you what to say. Exactly.
I mean, since we're on the topic, Zach had a little parlay going today.
Yeah, I did have a little parlay going, and it was the first it was Bears plus 11 against the Saints, the Lakers minus 3.5 against the Rockets, I believe, and then the Browns plus 5.5. So the final two were good. The final two of my parlay were good.
Yeah.
But obviously, the Bears were down 21-3. Okay, scored a touchdown to make it 21-9. So it's 12. Need them to be at 11. Just kick the extra point. They go for 2 and they don't get it. So
On top of the fact that there was that drop pass.
on top of the little reverse play, Mitch Trubisky to a dime to I don't even know who it was.
Yeah. Who was that guy?
God, I think he was they were saying he's like a rookie.
Oh, well, he's not staying there for long.
Right. He didn't even drop the ball. It didn't touch
was
him.
in his breadbasket, and he just never put his hands there. Like it's one of those where if you have shitty hands, you'll still catch this because it's just basket catch.
Yeah.
You can use your arms as part of it. But my conclusion after watching that play is that he didn't see the ball.
He couldn't.
There's no way.
There's no way he could have seen the ball.
Because he didn't put his hands up, I think, or if he did, he caught it at the last second. It's just like being an outfielder in baseball, where if the sun's in your eyes or the ball's like sky ball, sometimes you can lose it for a half second. And it looked like he saw it, or maybe he lost it, and then it was like, dude, it's right on you, and he just put his hands up. It was too late. He didn't even have his hands ready in his basket.
Yeah,
it was
even
like,
if it hit him, I don't think he would have caught it.
He literally put his hands like this, and it went straight in the middle. Like,
I was pretty livid.
That is just.
I got a little fantasy football in the playoffs thing too, and I was stuck with my last pick of Mitch Trubisky for second quarterback, and I want him to pull off a little magic, give me some extra points, but that was not happening. Dude dropped like I said, he didn't drop it, he just missed it.
Yep.
Which is more heartbreaking than an actual drop because how do you not get a hand on the ball? It was literally, like you said, right in the breadbasket, right in the money zone. I mean, I could have caught it.
Better. Yeah,
I could have caught it.
We all would have caught that, but none of us would be fast enough to be in that spot.
No, I guess that's true.
So
I guess that's true.
Like, he did burn the guy, but the biggest part is catching the damn ball, and that's just the Bears, dude. The Bears, another year.
I was gonna say you're a great coach. Like, what the fuck do you tell the kid? Hey, catch the fucking ball.
Hey, don't do that again.
Well, after that, you just cut him.
There's no amount of drills you can do.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the playoff game. It's like
in the first quarter, if they would have scored there, they would have been. You know what I mean?
Like,
give him the confidence to hang around for a bit.
Balling in training camp, or we're cutting him.
Yeah.
Like, if he's a little half-ass or he comes back a little overweight, sorry, dude, you've seen enough.
After that drop, I've seen that.
And like, I'm not even crazy. That's how NFL coaches teams would go about that.
What do you think? You think he's gonna get death threats?
No, because it wasn't like a game winner.
Yeah, it was the first quarter.
Yeah, if it's literally, or maybe if it was like a 3-point game, but
if it was a close,
it was
game.
still a 2-possession game. Like,
it was 7-0 in the first quarter.
No, but what I'm saying, the final.
Oh yeah. Yeah, true. That it's not like it was
like
the game
even
changer.
if he caught it, there's no proof that it would have gotten them more points.
But the mentality, it definitely would have boosted the morale, and
it
would have done wonders. It would have put a little fire under Drew Brees' neck.
And the Bears are pretty hardcore fans, but I don't see him as.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe if it gets close. I mean, the Cubs thing, that's different. I think baseball, especially at the time of where baseball was, for them to choke like that because of that fan.
The fan, Bartman.
And then they choke.
That was so funny.
And like, they haven't won in forever
or
or
Buckner.
ever.
Buckner. Now the Buckner thing though, the Buckner thing is like he was old as shit and he shouldn't have even been at first base. He was a DH. Like there's so many factors that went into the Buckner thing that's crazy. And these moments in sports are fascinating. Like one drought or one like shitty team's run, and you can point to one play and be like, no, that was like the metaphorical, that was the cause of it. Or
that's what fucked him up.
And it's so funny how we just read into it a fuck ton and be like, no, it was that one moment. Steve Bartman reaching over. We would have won the World Series that year. Well, okay. You were up by 3 runs. There was an error that put the dude on first. And then after that, there was like 2 more errors in the inning that made him score all the runs. And you still had a chance to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth.
It's the superstitions. It's just sports are superstitious, but baseball especially.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Kings, too, that everyone's like, oh, they rigged the game and then Robert Horry hit the shot. Well, Robert Horry hit the shot in Game 4, and the game was rigged in Game 6, and we got home. The Kings were at home for Game 7. So you could have won Game 7 at home.
Yeah.
But you point to these moments of the refs rigging the Kings to that was the downfall of the Kings right there. Those refs just created the shitty Kings. You just point to that one moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's so hard to get to that spot, and then when you get to that spot as like an underdog and you get fucked over,
You just get yeah
or like just something that doesn't even feel fair
happens
comes into play. Yeah, I could see how you get to that, like you come to that sentiment, but at the same time, yeah, it's just sports.
That's
just
sports.
Fucking sports. It's like it's just same thing as freaking gambling. Like especially with gambling with it, like you can't ever know what's gonna happen. Sports is just so random.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the funny thing about like I'm just thinking about the earthquake that happened during the A's Giants World Series. Like if you're playing outdoors like that, like you're out there, like something could happen that like affects the game tremendously.
Oh yeah.
That's what like snow games. That's what I was saying about like there's no home field advantage really this year because there's no fans. But if you're the Bills, you want people to come up to upstate New York and play you in January. Like it's cool to think. I don't know how nature affects games. If that sounds cheesy, which it does, but
it really does though.
Like the earthquake happened, and then I don't know these like in the fan reaching over the wall for a ball, and it like it's not part of the game. It's all exponential stuff. It's not like you're not controlling that in the locker room or in the clubhouse or stuff like that. Intangibles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird. It's weird.
Look at golf. That's the whole point is weather, like mother nature.
And even like spectators, like hits off a dude's head when it was going way right, and it goes right back in the middle of the fairway because it hit off his skull. Like I don't know.
Or off a building.
It's cool how sports are so organized. And if you're following me, I could sound crazy right now. I could just be spitting nonsense. But sports are so organized where refs, I mean, we're going to control this. We're going to control that. We're going to control everything about it. But you still can't control everything. You can't control Ron Artest going into the stands and beating some dude's ass. Like,
no, you can't.
I don't know. I think that's kind of funny to think about.
Which one are you? Are you 2 or 3?
I'm the ones that look different than all the others.
They got the little stringy on them. Yeah. That was my rant that I don't know if you picked up on or even followed me, but I did it.
Oh, no, I followed.
I don't know. These moments in sports are really unique. Like the I was there moments.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like if you were at the Bill Buckner or you were like the fan sitting next to the dude who reached over.
Oh, dude, that dude's probably got a crazy story. Either of them.
See, the dude who actually reached over the wall, I think he like went into witness protection or something.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't go outside for fucking years.
He had to have.
Yeah. I don't know if it was literally witness protection, but it was like he was hiding out.
Awfully close to witness protection. Now he has a mustache.
Dude, I would do the same thing. What would you do?
The exact same thing.
Yeah,
There's
Just
no
move out of
way.
Chicago.
Yeah, far out Guadalajara or Guatemala or something.
Dude, it's not like the fucking cartel's after you. You just
Could
go
be.
move out.
Could
You
be.
move out of Chicago.
What if the mob's
It's
after
hard.
you?
You're gonna have to
Yeah,
pick up your
someone
life
hires.
and change everything because you fucked up.
But
and
he
you
didn't even fuck
disrespected the
up.
entire
He didn't
city.
even fuck up.
Yeah, he did.
He just wanted to foul ball, dude. What if
Yeah, he
there's an
did.
alternate universe
He
where
didn't. He didn't know baseball well enough to know not to go for that ball.
and
And
he
he's
had
at the playoff game.
and he had headphones on.
Yeah, so it's like I mean, Sorry.
Why did he have tickets? Why did he have tickets? Why did he want to go?
He was probably a mega fan, bro. He's just one that never played baseball, but was always like a huge fan of baseball. Like, look at him. He was a nerd.
He's just like the guy that's like, if I have all the trading cards of all the players, and it's like, dog, you don't go for that foul ball.
Put yourself anywhere but next to the fucking field.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's an alternate universe out there where he catches the ball and then he like gives it to his granddaughter and she like loves him forever and he has this cherished moment and then the Cubs go on to win.
Still hate him. No, because he still would have stolen the out and the hit would have happened and everything would have happened.
Okay, well, what about the alternate universe where he lets it go? They get
the
out and then he goes to the victory parade and now he's like the GM for the Cubs.
that is an alternate universe where he's smart, but guess what? He wouldn't get the praise. He would have just been the fan that let the ball go by.
Alternate universe.
Yeah. Keep going.
He lets the ball go.
Okay.
And he still misses it.
Oh. Does the dude still? Does Moises Alou still blame him?
No.
Depends.
If he gets in his way.
What if
his hands are up? Maybe.
Alternate universe. Okay, the same thing happens. Doesn't get in Moises Alou's way. He drops the ball. Moises Alou is now the enemy of the Cubs.
Alternate universe.
Yeah, keep going.
Universe.
Keep going.
Moises Alou climbs up there after he blocks it and just beats his ass. That's the end of
it. Mid-game.
Because it's really on him. If he didn't react so, like, really angry at the fan, I don't think all of Chicago and the Cubs organization.
He was pissed.
Yeah, if he didn't go, because he was like, I had that ball.
Yeah.
And, like, he's the only one that really knows. Because it looks like it, but did he? I don't know. But he's going to live and die off that. You're going to watch that and be like, well, if he says he had it, it's Moises Alou. It's not just any scrub.
And shout out to our dudes at IQ Betting also. What if you had like Cubs minus a run. You're like, we're going to win by a run. You were up by 3 in the top of the 9th. We're like, we fucking have this. 2 outs. We have it. We did it.
Nope.
I hit this parlay. I hit this $10 parlay to $4,000. We did it.
Nope.
Betting on
I'm going after Steve Bartman.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to have a SWAT team hold me back from Steve Bartman if I had the Cubs minus a run and a half that game.
Betting on baseball, that's got to be, I mean.
The playoffs isn't as bad, though, because then there's run spreads and over-unders. It's just like any other one.
Yeah, I mean, you're going off starting pitching matchups and all that. But, I don't know. It's just always, that is such a, like, I feel like basketball, I would like betting. Because.
Yeah, I feel like you guys will both be really good at betting basketball.
Like, dude, Lakers, when you said Lakers Rockets +3.
Lakers were minus 3.5, so you gave the Rockets 3.5 points.
Oh, yeah. Lakers win by 4.
Yeah, I easily was like, that's a lock.
Yeah.
And it was a lock.
And it was.
They won by 18. 20. Yeah, they won by 20.
But and I think it's just because I watch basketball closely enough to where it's like I know, like, okay, this guy's not going to be in the lineup or blah, 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 blah. So, like, I don't know. Just for me personally, because maybe I understand basketball a little bit more, at least at the professional level. Maybe not actually playing the sport, but you know what I mean? Where it's like, observer. I feel like I could guess.
You're a good observer, yeah.
Yeah. Where baseball.
That makes sense. In baseball,
I know how to play it more, but I don't think I'd be good at gambling it.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. Baseball's tough, though, because say it's like 6 runs, and you're like, I could see a 4-2 game, and then 2 dudes come out and shove, and it's 3-1, and you're just sitting there lost for words. I feel like that is a bigger, like, if you're betting on the NBA over-under, rarely are both teams going to come out and shoot bricks. No. One team is always going to come out firing.
Yeah.
So that's the weird thing about, like, if it's 1 or 250, so 125, if 250 is the thing, you're like, well.
Oh, I would hammer the under on that one.
Yeah, I would hammer under.
Well, it depends who's playing. If the Kings are playing.
Yeah, if the Warriors are playing too, they put up a lot of points.
But
they give up a lot of points.
The money line wasn't my point. My point was 2 teams aren't going to go out and shoot blanks in the NBA.
Yeah.
Rarely ever. Unless it's the playoffs, I could see it happen like in the 95s to 100s. But if you're playing a regular season, someone's going to be hot. Someone on that floor is going to be smoking hot, and they're going to score points. That's the NBA.
Yeah.
Baseball, it's not like that. Trout isn't going to – every game he's not going to hit 2 home runs. Every game, Damian Lillard could drop 30, 35, and that gets you closer to that thing. I don't know.
Look at those, like the side bets and stuff.
Yeah.
Like just LeBron will have a
Dude,
triple double tonight.
yeah,
or
there's
something
player
like
There is a
props,
lot.
too.
There's a lot of player props out there.
I saw one. It was like 15 different player props, and they all hit, and it was like $1 for like $2,000 or something like that.
Dude, that's the
That's
thing about
actually
parlays
nuts.
is that it honestly is kind of smart. Just throw a million Hail Mary parlays.
One of them's bound to hit.
One of them is bound to hit.
And you're only doing, if you're doing $5 to $20 every time, you're really not losing.
You're not
much.
losing a whole bunch.
And if one of them hits, that's going to pay for the last fucking 20 of them.
Well, I was even gonna say I have a lock like Lakers minus 3.5, and I put 100 on it, and I win it. I can take some of that 100 that I just won and be like, 10 of it can be parlay money. 2 different $5
Yeah.
parlays. I feel like parlays are they're meant to just throw a Hail Mary and see what the hell just happens.
Yeah.
Just
But-
throw it to the end zone.
But you could do like there's plenty of like believable ones.
Yeah, there is. There
Like,
is.
It's not like it's like completely out of reach. So it just like you got to think about the ones you're picking.
Yeah, big time. But it's the tough thing about parlays, they all have to fucking hit, which is
Yeah.
really difficult.
Well, yeah.
That's why they are so
Yeah.
pricey, is because it's really hard to get every single thing to hit, even if they're all locks. Like, you know what I mean? Just one doesn't have to be a lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the probability starts to get crazy.
A little dicey.
It's not like you're just adding; it's you're multiplying the probability.
Yeah, dude. Weird tangent. Then it's crazy to think about odds like that. Like,
Yeah,
odds
the
aren't
odds of
added
that.
onto each other; they're just times onto each other, and it's that
Yeah.
much harder every single time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to like, 'cause I took a statistics class when I was like a freshman in college. Haven't touched it since, but I remember solving some of the stuff and just thinking, like, if I can guess like 1 out of 10 for 1 out of 10 2 times in a row, that's not like 2 out of 10 or 2 out of whatever. It's 2 out of a fucking 100.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think
But
about
you
how
don't think of it like
the
that.
no, you don't think about it like that at all. Like guessing heads and tails twice in a row, that's not two for whatever. It's, hold on, is my math right? Am I doing this right? 1 for 2, 1 for 2. It's a 1 in 4 chance that you're guessing it right
Yeah.
every time for both. But for me and you, it's just like, fuck, tails twice in a row, like 50-50 chance both times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how a gambler thinks.
I know. Fuck. Numbers are weird like that. I'm
Numbers
telling
are
you.
crazy.
When you start
I'm
getting
not
into the
good
odds.
yeah, I'm not good at them, but I know numbers are fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't even want to
Well,
think
that's
about
like where Baccarat, it's like, yeah, you're betting on 50-50,
it. But
but if you keep flipping back and forth and you're never on the right street,
yeah, you're never betting the right thing.
yeah, you're betting heads whenever it's tails and tails whenever it's heads. Like,
And you could do that for hours.
yeah,
And that's the thing, you can't, like, if you're flipping a coin heads and tails, you don't want to chase whatever the last one
No,
was, because
exactly.
it literally is chance every time.
And you're like, oh, it's gone 3 times this way. It's got to go this way this time. But really, it doesn't have
it
to.
does not have to
Nope.
at all.
Nothing says it has
Nothing says it has to.
Nope.
no.
5 heads in a row. Oh, it's got to be tails next. No, it's
No.
50-50.
to. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's literally 50-50.
Yeah. And the second you decide you're going to stay on it, that's when it flips.
That's when it flips.
Like, that's why Baccarat is really, like,
Baccarat's crazy.
yeah, I find it so intriguing, but at the same time, I don't know if I have to really, like,
'Cause you know
look at my, we would have to work on our card counting,
yeah,
honestly.
Well, that and these people like are looking at that chart and they're getting
yeah.
But like I don't think the chart does anything because I mean I saw this TikTok of this guy that was like a pit boss for a while and he's like
TikTok.
he was like Baccarat literally like the board, it doesn't mean anything. That's just a history of what's been going on. Like it doesn't say it's gonna
it
go
doesn't.
this way or go that way. Like it's
That's
literally you're just
all.
like, oh, it's going that much. It's you think it's the probability. Like, oh, if it's gone 5 this way, it's got to go this time or this or that or whatever
It's
it is.
50-50
It's
every
not-
time.
Yeah, it's not like I have 10 different color marbles in a bag and like 2 are red, 2 are green, 2 are blue, 2 are purple. And then I draw a purple one. You're thinking like, oh, well, you can't really draw another purple one
Yeah,
because the purple one's out. But in Baccarat,
it's always in,
it's like you take the purple out, then you put the purple right back in,
and then
and-
try and pick it
and
again.
try to pick it again. It's not the previous hand doesn't dictate,
Anything.
but we all think it does.
Oh, 100%.
And even if like even heads or tails, we did heads or tails yesterday when we were playing a little board game to see
Yeah.
on the teams, and it's like heads 3 times in a row, and I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, tails, but it doesn't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
matter.
no, I
It
did the
doesn't
same
matter.
thing.
It's crazy. And then I don't know, just parlays are just it's just timesing the amount of
Yeah, but that's why if you hit it, you fucking
you hit it, you hit it,
you get
you
paid.
hit it, you hit it.
That's gonna fucking pay.
That's gonna fucking. Pay.
I want to say that later tonight.
We're
a
gonna
few
say whatever
times.
we want. I'm gonna say when the Bears finally cover fucking 11 points. How do you not cover 11 points? You're not that bad. The Bears, I don't care. The
No,
Bears
they
aren't
are
that
that
bad.
bad.
No, the Bears aren't that bad.
Yeah, they are. They have Mitch, dude.
Mitch is raw.
Mitch
They
was
were
throwing
supposed to come
dimes
out
for a
I'm
with-
sack.
telling you, Mitch is gonna come to my Washington football team and he's gonna go the fuck off.
That's who they
The
want.
fuck off.
Where did you get this from?
2 seconds ago.
No,
my own brain.
they're gonna get Kirk Cousins, bro.
You got
He's
to.
coming back home. What were you gonna say
your
before that?
Your cousin that's an agent at the not at the
I
Red.
got some strings
Throw
to pull.
$1 in the jar.
Yeah, throw $1 in the jar. You almost said it.
At the team. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. I interrupted you. I apologize. Stepped on your toes.
I have no idea.
Well,
It's gone.
you don't got no faith in Mitch though. I mean, I
Oh.
guess I don't really either.
Oh,
'cause he
what?
just
Yeah,
lost.
I was gonna say is they were supposed to ride with Nick Foles because they gave up on him,
I
and
know.
then they had to bring
Oh.
him back.
That's a good point. I hate when teams do that. I
Yeah.
hate when teams flip flop.
Yeah, so it's like that's when you already know.
It's just like in real life when you got someone who's just flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. It's you just are you stable? Like, are you okay? Like, you don't need to pick these different quarterbacks.
And when you're on a football team where you feel like you have the worst quarterback every time you play,
That's
I'm sorry, it's hard to play. Like that defense, they
Mhm.
had some games where they gave up 30 fucking points, and it's like because they have Mitch Trubisky as their quarterback,
Yeah.
they're not motivated to play.
So you bought that Jalen Hurts stuff when he subbed in. That the Eagles were like, "Fuck, finally someone different. Finally someone
Oh,
that we
yeah.
can." You think that's true?
Yeah, I don't think it was like sorry, I got a text and I read something.
Oh, you got a text. Oh,
No, it's from
Important guy.
coworker.
important. No, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, just read your
Sorry.
text.
Sorry, you fucked me up.
Yeah, read your text.
I don't know what we're talking about now.
We were talking about Mitch. We were talking about Mitch, and you were
Oh,
talking. Yeah,
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. That's what we were
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
definitely think they were more motivated to play.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like when they were talking about it, I feel like people who didn't play sports were like, "Oh, what does that mean?" But for people who play sports, when the Eagles players talked about that, I think we were all kind of like, "Yeah, like that's believable to rally around someone different." And just you hate going. Like, if you hit your head against a brick wall 10 times and it doesn't break, it's not going to break on the 11th. Like, why do you keep throwing to Carson Wentz out there?
Yeah, I think, and now that like NFL players, these new age NFL players they think it's more like the NBA, where they're very
Yeah.
like everybody's creating waves in their franchise. All these young players are, and the young ones when they get to like the young ones, the rookies and stuff, when they get to there, it's only gonna progressively get more like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the new age athlete. So where I'm going with this is they're gonna make like they hear all, oh, Carson Wentz is trash. Oh, Carson
Mhm,
Wentz sucks.
mhm.
They're the one. They're watching TV too. They're
Yeah,
hearing all
yeah,
this
yeah.
too. And then you look at the statistics and you're like, well, you did draft this guy.
You did pay him all the money.
Yeah, you did draft him. You ate up a second round pick, and you should give him a shot. Hell, he was in the Heisman voting, last year, and he did give him a spark. He did play better. He played a lot like Carson Wentz, but he ran better.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Eagles. I mean, I don't really want to deep dive into the Eagles because I
Yeah.
really don't. I mean, they're not worth the
but
breath.
I do like Jalen Hurts. I think
Yeah.
it's worth to give him. He has a chance to be a good quarterback, I think.
Yeah, their line is so bad that Wentz couldn't make plays or evade or, you know what I mean? He doesn't have any time in there, and he doesn't have the legs. At
No.
least he did in the. I don't know. When I think of Carson Wentz, it's like the automatic. Oh, he's like 33. Like, no, this dude's like 26, and he moves like an old man.
Yep.
So you get Hurts in there, and then when they come in and blitz, you got someone who can run out of the way. You got someone who's faster than the DNs and the
Can create
linebackers.
plays, bro.
Yeah, because if you have a bad O-line, then you need a guy that can move.
And which isn't that a weird
You
like?
can still take hits too. Like Jalen's he's still beefy, but he can
Yeah.
move.
Think about that weird synergy where it's you want a running back. If you have a shitty line, you want a running quarterback so he can evade. If you have a running quarterback, you want to have a good line so that he doesn't get fucking hit. Isn't that a weird synergy? Like,
Yeah.
because you want Jalen Hurts in the game so he can make plays, get out of the pocket, run for a first down, and get knocked.
Yeah, because you have nothing else.
Because you have nothing else. But if you had a Jalen Hurts and you were like, we have Jalen Hurts, what do we want to surround him with? Well, probably a good O-line so he doesn't get smacked and injured because he runs around too much.
I mean, yeah, if you put Jalen Hurts in like a Ravens type system.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's kind of a – that's a
'Cause-
weird one, though, because they just say, we're going to run it. Fuck
Yeah.
it. I don't really care.
They've created like if there won't be another Lamar Jackson because he has different kind of speed and agility and like his juke moves. Like he's already a legendary type player in
Yeah,
that sense.
yeah.
because no one moves like him. But if the next Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson, like someone needs to draft them and then just copy the Ravens. Just create this option college offense, and I think it works. I mean, they beat the Titans. We'll see if they go on a run here, but they're consistently making the playoffs. They should have won 14 games this year. Like the Ravens are really good.
Yeah, Lamar looked good today, bro.
He looked really good today.
Yeah, that is the new blueprint.
Well,
It's still run the ball. It's just not the 1970s way.
But it was so weird because I saw a play today where it was, those read options, obviously. You just read the defensive end, hand it to the running back if you want or don't.
Yeah.
They ran one. It obviously wasn't a read option, but they faked the handoff to Gus Edwards, and then he faked it, so Gus was coming this way from shotgun, and he was running this way, and Lamar faked it to him and then just ran right behind him. And the announcers, I think it was Tony Romo, and he was like, they're using the running backs just as another crackdown guy.
Yeah.
And no one else does. Like Zeke, who's making money, and Melvin Gordon, who's making money, and these running backs who are making money, and Derrick Henry, you're not going to ask them to go block in front of your in front of your quarterback because you want to save their legs, you want to save their body, whatever. But the Ravens are like, this is our offense. We have 3 running backs.
Yep.
We have a 4th running back who's Lamar. Go fucking block for him. Go run out in front of him. And it's a weird dynamic to that offense.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to buy into it.
You
have
do
to
have to
really
buy into
love
it.
Lamar Jackson because literally the game is protect the president, and he's the president.
See, this is so weird. I was telling you this the other day because me and Miles were talking about communism the other day. And I was like, do you remember me telling you this? I said communism works for sports teams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The logic of communism you teach to your sports teams because that is what you need for your unit. You know what I'm saying? Like go block in front of our quarterback. He's the dictator. He's the
emperor.
He's the emperor. You're only making $600K a year. You're gonna go crack down block for him because we're paying him $20 million. Yeah. But you have to tell the dude who's making $600K, sacrificing his health and his head and his everything.
Knees, legs, yeah.
You have to tell him, hey, it's for the betterment of the team as a whole. Yeah. It's for the betterment of us, and that's a good philosophy to have.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely gave it like the dark, twisted side.
I know.
That's what you were
I'm
going
sorry.
for.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's true. It is true. Yeah, they're saying put your life on the line. It's not like your life,
but it kind of is now.
Yeah, put your career on the line.
Yeah, put your career on the line.
Your family's bills on the line every day.
But that's got to be the most fun system to play in.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
telling
yes.
you.
Oh, yeah.
As an offensive guard, I played left guard in JV. Because I didn't make.
Yeah, I forgot you did do that.
So I was a really small guard, but I still played it because coaches knew I loved pulling, and we were just running the wing tee. You just run all the time. So they just knew I loved running straight at a guy with 10 feet in front of me and just hitting him as hard as I could. And that's what the Ravens do all the time. They're always pulling guys and switch. Like it's got to be so fun to be an offensive lineman for the Ravens. It's tricky.
Just trying to hit guys hard.
But you'll be smacking guys all day.
And that's the thing about offensive linemen is you have to be playing. I want to get into this, so don't let me get away from this. Hardest positions in sports. Hold on to that thought.
Okay.
Offensive lineman has to be. I'm going a different way with this, so I want you to hold on to that way. I'm going this way because I want to go start talking about offensive linemen and the fact that the position is difficult, and the fact that you get zero glory for everything that you do. So think about it.
Yeah.
Say I have Zeke behind me, or say I have whoever behind me, and I'm just creating hole after hole. I'm pushing the line of scrimmage. I'm getting them 6 yards of carry. I'm giving them places to run, and then the media, the ownership, the money, the everything, the advertisement. Who's it going to? Zeke, the running back, every time. And
I would counter with you on the
let
money,
me finish
though.
my point. Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm countering with the money because who's getting the Pepsi commercial?
Oh yeah.
Who's getting the interview on First Take and getting to put out their brand? Who's getting the Twitter followers? Who's getting the this and the that? That's where I'm saying the contract wise, you got to bread your offensive linemen. But I love the way offensive linemen are so team oriented because you literally don't get any credit and you're in the trenches and you dictate teams that win championships.
You're the most important.
You're
part of
the most important and the least recognized by far.
I couldn't name you any offensive lineman in the league, except for that Pouncey guy that just threw the ball over Ben Roethlisberger's
You know your Cowboys
head.
guys. You know Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and Frederick.
Yeah. Since you brought their names up.
Well,
yeah,
I
I've
know a
heard the
few. I
names.
know Who's the dude on the? I know Larry Tunsil because he took the gas mask bong hit on draft night, and then his draft stock fell. And now he's on the Texans.
Yeah, exactly. So you
That's
don't
that
know
guy.
the
Yeah,
you don't
and
know
then,
him for why
hold
he
on,
plays
hold
good.
on. Michael Orr. You know Michael Orr.
Okay, that's not even fair.
Okay,
There's
and you
a
know,
fucking movie about him.
you
That's
know,
Yeah, that's free.
that's
Freer than a Costco sample.
you know Travis Kelce's brother on the Eagles.
Jason Kelsey.
Yes, you know him.
You don't even know his name.
Okay, well I know he's Travis Kelce's brother. No, I know more. I know
But
more.
you are making your point that
Yeah.
they don't get the glory.
They don't.
They just don't. But
And they
also-
love it. That's the thing.
I mean, dude, imagine being the guy that's like playing behind. Imagine it's like you get the best front row seat ever.
Yeah, that is true.
It's
that is
fun
true.
playing on like having Eli back there and like you're blocking, and then you're like, fuck, he finally threw it, and then you just get to sit and watch. And then they run for the touchdown. And you're like, fuck yeah.
That's a good perspective to have, though.
Your front
That is
row
a good
seat,
perspective.
and you're getting paid millions to do it.
I didn't think about it like that because I love when running backs score a touchdown. It's my favorite thing. I don't know why. And they give the ball to the offensive lineman to spike.
Oh yeah.
Like that's got to mean the world to them, doesn't it? To spike
yeah.
a ball and being like, "Yeah, I got you this touchdown, and you appreciate me, and I'm gonna spike the ball and be like, let's fucking go."
Yeah, when
that's
you're-
pretty
fucking
cool.
fire.
When you're like, when you feel like you were at least part of it, maybe you weren't the main reason or the main block, but when you feel you were part of the touchdown, like, fuck the glory. It's just like, yeah, we're on the team. We
Yeah.
scored. Like, but maybe that's what makes a good offensive lineman is like having that mentality. Because you can't be a selfish guy as an offensive lineman. It's just
Yeah, you
that's for the wide receivers. That's why they always get shit. You know, skill players always get shit as being like prissy and they're all about themselves and they're pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys, they're the trench guys. Like they're the gritty. They're not afraid to do anything.
That's a good point. I like that. I like the sit and watch point.
No,
'Cause-
it's cool.
yeah.
I hated playing offensive guard, but I played defense too. So it was like whatever. And the team needed me. I was like,
No,
this
he's a
one of
fucking. He was a stud. Okay,
Well,
started on JV.
but I was skinny. It was just that's how bad they needed me. They needed me at guard because there was literally we didn't have big guys, so it was fun. It was fun to like be on offense and like there's one where like there was one where Jeffrey he would come in as fullback and it was like our homecoming game and I was like lead blocker on a play and it was just sick because like I blocked a guy I didn't even block him that good but
You
then
just got
Jeffrey
him yeah.
runs past me freaking stiff arms a guy and like just straight up the middle for like 15 yards and I was like that was fucking sick
Yeah,
and it would
yeah.
happen like right in front of me and I just got an average block so he could go up.
But yeah, it's not an average block when it works.
but I felt like I did my job and coach you watch that back on film and coach is like
Highlights
hell
you.
yeah I see you and so it's not like you don't feel appreciated by the team it's just by the media and by all that.
And that's the guy. There's guys like that everywhere, dude. It's the guys in sports who just want the betterment of everyone else, and you see it.
Oh,
You know the guys when you see it, like the Marcus Smarts or like the Kyle Lowrys, people like that, where you just watch them play, and you I don't know how to explain it. You watch them play, and you realize that they want the betterment of everyone before themselves, and the way they portray themselves on the court, on the field, is that.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to put it's tough to put a word to it or an explanation to it. I'm trying my best, but it's just like glue guy is the term they used. But yeah, is the term everyone uses. But yeah, I'm not gonna say but yeah anymore. That's just what I feel.
But yeah, I feel you.
But yeah.
Well, there's guys like that in basketball too.
But yeah, that's what
where
I'm
they
saying.
Literally are just they're just guys like Shane Battier.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say if you say Marcus Smart, we're gonna fight because I just said that.
No. No, I was just thinking of
Shane
people,
Battier is legit.
No, I was thinking of people that actually won championships.
Oh, Marcus Smart, if you're listening, I'm sorry, man. You
Sorry
gotta
for
win a
that.
ship.
Sorry for that little Celtic slander.
That's why I always say if I was to play football, like my spiritual being, like alternate universe self, would want to be an offensive lineman because I love that feeling. I love that feeling of basketball where you don't get the assist, but you get the hockey assist. You get the pass to the pass, or you take the charge, or you set the screen that gets the guy the bucket. That shit's like, I don't know. You like that stuff as a player. I do.
Doesn't it make you feel so big brain? It makes you feel like you coordinated.
And then what makes it better?
You're just like, yes, it's coming together.
What I think part of it is that no one realizes it but you.
Yes.
So then you automatically think, He's only open and made the open shot. Good for him. Everyone loves him. But how the fuck is he gonna get open? Me.
Yeah.
And then you kind of start. It's kind of like conspiracy theory people, where it's like, I know something you don't know, and you kind of have that weird little dynamic thing.
Yeah,
you
just
know what I'm
kinda
talking
like
about?
a weight, no, I know.
Like a woke feeling.
Yeah.
I did this. You don't know that I did this, but I did this, and I know, and my team knows, and that's what makes it better just for us and for me. And
Well, like double in the gap, bases loaded. The left fielder just throws an absolute bomb to the shortstop.
yeah.
The shortstop makes the relay. The
the
shortstop's
relay throw
getting,
home.
Yeah, shortstop's getting the praise. It's gonna be like, holy shit, how did Jose Altuve just turn that? But it was the freaking 250-foot laser.
Yeah, it's the dude from 450 in right center throwing it to literally 200 feet at shortstop dime, so we can.
After
that's a good
hustling
point.
it the hell down. But no one's gonna be like, oh, he did such a good job.
Mhm.
It's just be like, he did his job.
And
I feel like that's why a lot of the outfielders let it fly sometimes too. Like if they got the arm, they're like, fuck a cutoff. Like I need some glory at some point. And a lot of them, like Mookie, is fucking good at it. Where it's like every time he goes for it, it's either on the money and he's out, or it's really fucking close.
Oh yeah, I loved throwing from right field to third. That's my favorite.
Yeah. To even take your thing a step further, what about the guy bases loaded in the gap of right center, cuts it off, runner from first doesn't score, and it's second and third instead of bases clearing?
Oh yeah.
And then what are you gonna? 2-run score on the play. What a great double by Johnson. Well, it's like, well, fucking Munch out there in right field cut that ball off and made sure that the guy on third wasn't turning the corner.
Yeah.
That doesn't show up in the stat sheet.
No.
But does it save you a run? Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same thing as an outfield assist. Gives your pitcher another chance to get an out.
There's so many things that don't go on the stat sheet that just are even more valuable than stats. Like that throw right there, it saves a run. Anything that saves a run is probably more valuable than even just a base hit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A single base hit, if there's no runners on, everybody else strikes out, and there you go. You went 1 for 3, but did you make the throw when you needed to save the run? Oh, you didn't do that?
Even if you went 4 for 4.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same vein of the metrics today of baseball of hit a home run, like no one's on, hit a solo home run, that's 1 run. And then you look at the score and it's like, we lost 4-5 on 4 solo home runs. Well, okay, maybe you got to get someone on base.
Yeah, get someone on base and then hit home runs.
Maybe get someone on base. I mean, it's different if like your 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters all hit a solo home run. Then you can kind of be like, well, our setup guys didn't do anything. But mainly, it's not like that in MLB today. It's not like that.
Just hit as many home runs as you
hit
can.
And it's the A's fell victim to in the playoffs of we lost 6-5 on 3 home runs and a 2-run home run. No runs anywhere else. Like there still needs to be an element of manufacture.
Yeah, you got to at least manufacture a run or two.
But then again, 5 runs wins a lot of games.
See, and then this is where the numbers people are going to push back because they're going to say the same thing.
Yeah, they're going to be like, well, look, 5 runs will win you probably 100 games a year, or not 100, but 75 games a year.
Yeah, it's going to get you halfway there. Just hold them under 5.
So if the statistics already get you to 5, they're going to say, well, do that.
Anything
and
on
then
top of that's gravy.
Yeah, exactly. Just figure out the rest.
Yeah.
And then you'll have hot nights where you hit 7 home runs.
And then the leadoff guy walks or...
Yeah, exactly. If you can get a guy or two to walk and then boom, someone hits a home run, there you go.
I agree with it,
8 runs.
I say go for jacks because if you want baseball, if you want kids to still want to wake up and play baseball, you got to try to hit home runs.
You're going at it from a different angle, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I was going at it from more a managerial angle, not the betterment
strictly just let's win.
I wasn't going at it from the grand scheme of baseball, but
they do go hand in hand though.
I think you're right in the sense of,
but you always get that year where there's the pitching team wins, you know.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to go for is like the Fab Five or like the Running Rebels of UNLV or just those sparks of, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna fucking just do it. Yep. Like if we're gonna go by the home run, we're gonna ride and die by the home run, and we're gonna get the glory for it, and we're gonna bring popularity to the sport.
Yeah,
kind of thing. Is that what you're kind of going for?
Yeah, 100%. I think of like Steph's MVP season where it's like there's no way they can just he can just keep shooting. Like he was hitting 7 threes a night. Like that was almost expected to hit. He was averaging like 6. I think it was like 6 point something. That's literally bonkers.
They did the stats and it was like if you did this in baseball, it would be the equivalent of like 120 home runs.
Yeah, he's just balling out of his mind.
Miles, you're the first base. You were left field. We're just keeping the outfield.
Outfield
for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
120 home runs.
Well,
They gave you the MVP.
Well, no shit.
They're like, wow. God, like we recognized that Steph Curry 400 threes was a big thing. Like we knew it was a big thing.
Oh yeah.
We weren't treating it like Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points though. We weren't
No.
treating it like Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson's triple double.
Well,
And
I don't know. People even argued like.
It's amazing.
Keep going.
I'll keep going. And then you do that, and then you're like, it's someone you're so good at home runs. You've been doing it already, and we're just like, yeah, expected. Like it's
like you go out the next year and hit 100, and you're just like oh yeah.
Yeah, we give you your props of like 120. Yeah, that's a record-breaking season. Yeah. And then the next season when you hit 110, we're like, oh, God, 120.
Well, you set the bar.
120 was a lot better.
Yeah.
And we expected that out of you. We expected 120 out of you.
First of all, if you hit 120 homers in a season, you're gonna get double whatever Mike Trout gets.
Triple maybe.
For like, and it's gonna be a 30-year contract, like lifetime contract to the franchise.
Oh, yeah.
We'll pay you to raise your kids.
Yeah.
Come over.
I just feel like just cut me a check for $1 billion. We good.
You're
What
gonna
if
be
they-
70 in the batting cages. And
A
they're
billy.
gonna
What if-
welcome you in.
That's such a good point because what if someone with no salary cap was so good at baseball in their prime, 27 years old, was
No,
with
say
the
they're 23, 24.
well, I just did it for the sake of argument, but say name X franchise, the Kansas City Royals, and you're like, well, I'm not really trying to go anywhere. You don't want me to go anywhere. I'll keep providing for you. Fuck all this contract talk. Just give me $1 billion until I die, and I'm here.
Yeah, it's like what's the guy on the Mets that get paid $1 million a year every year?
I don't know. Is
Bobby
it Bobby Padilla or
Bonilla?
Just
or
slowly
something?
give me $1 billion till I die.
That's like what
Well, I
LeBron
was gonna say
did.
billion lifetime like LeBron, so that's whatever till you die. If you need me
Yeah,
to
but
come,
you would have
I wonder
to be.
what the dividends on his
You would have
check
to be
is.
ridiculous.
LeBron, I don't know. It's got to be like $750 million whenever you wear a Nike sign.
He probably is consistently negotiating like how much he gets per year.
I could see that. You'd have to.
Because yeah, if it's a lifetime contract, there's got to be a way where like he gets his lawyer and he's like, dude, I don't want just 50 from Nike this year. I want 60.
I don't know if he does that. He has a lot of money coming from other places. He's probably gonna try to buy Nike at the end of this.
He's
No,
gonna
he's
own
just
a
gonna
team.
buy a team. Yeah.
He's gonna own a team.
And then the team will be sponsored by Nike, and he'll fly in a Nike helicopter.
Well, they're already Nike'd out. NBA is already Jordaned out too. Half the teams are Jordan logos.
Okay, perfect. LeBron's gonna drive up to a fucking the games in a G-Wagon with a Nike swoosh on the side, and then.
And he's gonna have his little crown emblem on all
Yeah.
the jerseys. He's gonna have
oh
like
no,
the MJ
dude!
thing.
Yeah, if he has the crown,
He's gonna have the crown.
I bet
dude.
you he has some cars with that logo on it though. That'd be fire. Like think pulling up in a Lambo with his own logo on the side.
Dude, he has a private jet
That's fire.
with
yeah.
the Jordan sign.
Oh yeah, he does. Dude, have you seen?
It's sick.
Speaking of private jets, this is kind of off topic. Have you seen Drake's? It is a
No.
747. It is a full size
It's a faux
passenger
Boeing
plane.
or what?
Yeah, it's a full size passenger plane, and it's painted like the sky, like it's light blue with clouds on it.
Probably has a legit studio in there.
Well, think
Dude, it's like literally
Oh,
Air
yeah.
Force One. Like it's the size. It's not that size, but like it's a 747. Like all of us, have you taken an airplane flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably flew on one.
Yeah.
He has a private
Yeah,
one.
it
Cost him. I think it cost him like 20 million or something like that, or 30 million.
Okay, that's Hotline Bling.
Light work.
Yeah, literally. Like how crazy is that? That you get to the
that's
point,
the first week of Hotline Bling.
dude. Yeah.
Literally.
First 2 hours.
Think of being Drake. You could just go. I could release my most dog shit song in my entire portfolio right now that's not released to the public, and I'll make $30 million off of it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow.
Especially
just
if it has
think-
a
just
catchy
think-
hook that's annoying.
Yeah, just think of having that in the bag. It's Drake. That's expected.
Right foot up, left foot.
Just think of
slide.
having that. Just go. I could release any of my music or any of my shit. Period. A clothing line, a fucking whatever,
Once you get to that
and I could
status,
make
yeah.
$100 million in a week.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. I mean, he has to try, but he has to really try.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Especially when he has ghostwriters, the engineers. He has prime beats. Like his beats are really good. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's all there set for him, but he did have to grind. Like you can find old recordings of Drake where it's like he sounds like he's on like a McDonald's headset. Like it literally sounds like that.
He's free.
Yeah, like he's freer than ever. But one thing I was gonna say about Jordan, and this is a big dub for Jordan. The fucking Detroit Pistons have the Jordan logo on their jerseys.
Yeah.
And there was like a meme on Twitter because it was like their gray jerseys and then it had like the white Jordan symbol. And people were just joking like they're trying to hide it because it was really hard to see.
They're trying to hide it.
It was like they're trying to hide the fact. But that is one hell of a flex.
Well, he has it. Like I was saying, I think like half the teams have it on there.
I know, but of all the teams, the Pistons.
The Pistons.
Because I mean, if there's one team that he really fucking hated,
it's the
them.
Pistons. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that was his finals for a while.
It was. Yeah. It was.
So that's a dub for him, and I don't give a lot of Michael Jordan dubs out on the show.
Michael
so
Jordan dub.
That
right
yeah,
there.
that's
W.
a dub.
W. I got something to wrap us up with to go back. What sports
hardest positions.
I want to talk about this. We can end with this.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm hardest positions to perform in sports. I'm trying to think. That sounded weird, didn't it? Did it sound weird?
I
Yeah.
almost just went in with an immediate missionary.
Was that a weird joke? Doggy? Should I reword it better? But like the hard, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think like center in football, quarterback in football, goalie in hockey.
Pitcher.
Pitcher.
Baseball.
You think pitcher is harder than
Yeah.
hitter?
Professional golfer.
I don't know if pitcher's harder than.
Okay,
hitter.
then answer me this: what's harder, a center or a quarterback in football?
Quarterback.
Quarterback.
Okay, what if I said cornerback? Would that be any different
Cornerback is tougher than
center?
I feel like
Ooh.
just based on movements alone, like
That's
because
so
you got to cover
tough.
more ground. Like linemen are very integral and it's a very hard job.
I'm just going straight
But if-
center.
Yeah, if you're a center, you get rid of the ball and then you block.
Yeah.
Corner, you got to read plays. You got to stick with your man.
Well, the center's reading a lot. The center's reading plays
oh yeah,
too.
he's reading defense.
He's changing his. He doesn't. I mean, you
But, I
played
mean,
more
if
football
he's-
than I did,
if
but isn't
he's
the
pass blocking? He could have a play where it's like he's just help blocking.
yeah, but
But then at the same time, a cornerback, they could do a run to not his side, and then he's not even in the play.
and doesn't the center when they
Yeah.
get down, don't they tell the other linemen, hey, if we like, aren't they audibling their slide protections?
Yeah,
and
I think
they're-
center.
if
I
the
would say
defense
center
is-
wins, yeah,
if the
because they're
defense is
calling
showing
out
blitz,
blitzes.
yeah, if the defense is showing blitz,
They're the general of the line, and they got to snap the ball, which, as we saw,
Yeah,
can
Pouncey.
be difficult.
yeah.
So answer me this: would the center be the VP of the offense? Like, if he calls out something and then the quarterback's like, no, this, or no, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he overrides him, but quarterback, whatever the quarterback
They
says
need to
goes.
be on the same page.
Okay, same page.
So it's like, yeah, they better agree, or the play's
yeah.
fucking
Okay,
up.
that makes sense.
So yeah, the center, like the center and the quarterback are always going to be tight because they, especially on running plays, those are the two that really make it happen. The running backs know where to go and they know how to run the ball, and they better be in the right spot. But really, the people that are making the play happen are those two,
Okay.
because they snap it and they make sure it goes where it needs to go.
So do you say it goes quarterback? So you'd say cornerback is third on those, and centers
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Okay, so then let's hockey goalie. Where do you rank that?
I mean, I've never played hockey, but I can imagine
Hop on
how
the mic,
fucking
Miles.
difficult that is.
Dude, hockey's hard because you're getting screened by the guys in the front.
Yeah.
Big ass motherfuckers.
Big ass
just
motherfuckers.
jockeying back and forth. You're trying to read where the puck is at all times, which I still don't understand how they know where it is all
And
the time.
like their mask, I feel
Yeah.
like it's so small. Like your line of vision isn't very
Yeah.
big.
And I mean, a lot of your movement, like it's not normal athletic movements. Like
It's
what you're trying to do is literally like this. You're kicking out to the left.
Or
You're
your
coming
legs
together.
in, like the
Yeah.
legs in stuff.
There's so many like moving parts of what you're trying to do, and you're on the ice, so you're pushing yourself back and forth, sliding back and forth. I don't know. I feel like
Heavy
yeah,
air.
exactly. Like I feel like, but the only opposing thing to that is like you're the size of the goal, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's got to be pretty fucking tough, just with so many moving parts so fast.
definitely tougher than just a normal hockey player. I mean, tough. Yeah, you got to be tough to be like a normal
I know what
hockey
you're
player on
saying.
the ice. But yeah, it's more difficult, I would say, to be a goalie than to just be a player.
So if I was to say basketball, would point guard be the initial position in your guys' heads of with the most difficult?
Either that or center.
I'm talking like maybe not point guard today, but like a 1990s point guard where you have to get everyone in the offense. You have to like that cliche.
Like you're running it.
You're running. Yeah, he's running
Like
the
a
show.
high school
We're giving
point
him-
guard.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
giving him the
yeah,
keys to the car, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think
'cause
that's any correlation, or
like
do you?
Zach Lowe in high school.
just
Hey,
because
I was a bucket.
that's your most chances of the ball being turned over? Whoever has
And you got to
the
make
most-
sure everyone else is in the right spot. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a QB.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? Like your usage rate.
Oh,
is the
yeah,
highest
that's
with
what they
with
point
the point
guards,
guard.
yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely got to be the most difficult.
So do you think do you think point guard has any merit up against hockey goalie or
No.
center? I don't think it does.
No, because basketball, it doesn't matter what position you are.
It's
At
very
least-
free moving and freestyle.
Yeah, you can as long as you can handle the ball and you don't need someone to literally give it to you. That's what's really changed in the NBA is like even if you're a big man, you better know how to like do it all yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your MLB rank? And
Dylan said pitcher.
I'd say closing, like a closer.
I would argue a starter.
I think I would argue a starter too.
Why? You got 7 innings.
Okay,
As a
my
starter, you
argument
got 2.
to starting pitcher would start in off days and would continue into battling through mental bumps while you're pitching that seem like mountains, if that makes any sense.
And you have to do more load.
Yeah.
So
you have to do a lot more work.
I just walked the first guy in the top of the 3rd inning. No one scored. I just walked the leadoff hitter. I'm facing the guy that's coming up now. I need a first pitch strike. I need to slide step towards home because I know base runner's on first. I know a guy with the legs is on first. I need to keep this on the right side of the plate because this hitter's hot zone is in. Stuff like that. Because little mental pitching bumps seem like mountains when you're on that hill. Well, I'm not trying to make a pun, but if that makes sense.
No, yeah, I make the same argument, but you have 2 innings, like 6 batters, normally max to do all that with the game on the line.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I guess my only
Like, who feels more pressure in a Game 7 World Series, the starter or the closer that comes in with 1-run lead and runner on second?
I guess a devil's advocate to that would be who's the one who put him in position there.
A middle relief.
That's the thing with baseball. It depends on the game.
There's variables.
You could throw a 2-0 shutout and then give it to the closer in the 9th. You could give up 5 runs in the first inning and then your team scores 7 and the closer comes in 7-5.
Well, I still think it's a starter.
I think it's the starter too.
I mean, who gets more blame for choking before the Dodgers won? Kershaw or Jansen?
Kershaw.
Jansen
did get his stuff, but I think
it
was Kershaw the most.
Kershaw was the one.
He was a meme, bro.
At the end of the day, you're the one choking. Even though they came back and they had chances to win plenty of times. I mean, Jansen blew like 3 saves.
He did. Well, what about
no one even bats an eye?
What do you guys think about catchers? Do you think there's any argument there that you have to do that behind the dish and you have to hit?
Yeah, catchers are definitely difficult. I played a little bit of catcher back in the day.
I mean, hitting a baseball is just difficult.
Difficult in itself.
Yeah, 100% hitting a round ball with a round bat squarely, bro.
So the added difficulty of hitting with the added difficulty of being one of the battery people.
Yeah.
Is that a merit?
Yeah.
But shortstop's damn
I was
hard
gonna say
too.
shortstop, center field.
Okay, so this was a long wind up to what's the hardest position in sports?
Well, what's the hard? Let's just go by sport.
Okay, basketball probably a point guard.
Yeah.
Even though probably.
And then we can make a final one, but here we're stuck on baseball. I'm not even convinced pitcher is actually the hardest.
I might say catcher.
See, I might say shortstop because if you add the fact of hitting, and like
shortstop,
you have to be the most athletic guy on the field.
You got to know situations. You got to know tendencies of the guy at the plate.
Yeah, and it's not like you're just like I mean I don't think outfield's easy by any means, but at the end of the day, half the time you're just catching easy fly balls.
I'd say bat boy.
Darren Baker had trouble with it.
Like major league short hops. Think about that shit.
I don't want to.
I say third
like,
base might be hard too, just because the
scary.
rockets you get hit
that's
at you.
literally scary. Yeah, you could break your freaking
back
anything.
Back to the pitching argument is you dictate the whole game.
Yeah,
exactly. The whole tempo of the game is off you.
I say catcher. I really do say catcher.
Everything's hard in baseball.
I say catcher.
I'm just gonna say final answer shortstop. Even though my initial thought was pitcher, I'm gonna go with shortstop.
Closing. See, that's
like
that's when you got to have the titanium skull. You're not letting anything in there.
Oh, you can't.
No, yeah, that's just purely we're going in and putting the pressure on you. But it's because we
Give me
also
Jonathan Papelbon 04.
But you can also think of it as
I think you're a little too early. I think he was 07.
But they never
07,
come in. Here's
07,
my
you're
argument
right,
against
you're right.
closing pitcher, and we can move on.
Yeah.
They always come in with a lead. They always come in like expecting
Or a
to
tie.
win. True. But I mean
generally lead.
Yeah, very 90% of the
Yeah,
time.
but that's the thing. You're expected to just keep it.
That's the thing. And then when you do, that's the thing. That's kind of the Steph Curry argument that I was telling you guys earlier. You come in and you get the save. Good job, dude.
Yeah, good job.
You
That's
come
what
in.
you're supposed to do.
In and you don't get the save. AAA.
Yeah, like you were supposed to get the save. What? Like,
So you're essentially not. It's the opposite of playing with house money.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You're
The best you could do is push. The
Yeah.
best you could do is be
the best
expected.
you can. Yeah, exactly. The best you can do is keep.
The
pushing.
worst thing you could do is be the fucking worst pitcher on the planet and never get a job again.
But if you push 52 times in a season, then you're a god.
If you push, yeah, then you get a contract.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So football, I think I would have to say QB still.
Yeah,
quarterback.
QB.
Quarterback is the hardest. Hardest on defense. What do you think?
Corner for sure. Corner.
You think corner?
Just because every single play you could get exposed, every single one.
I'm gonna agree. Corner. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe like a middle linebacker.
I was
'Cause
gonna
you're the
go.
little-
Yeah, linebacker.
You're the
or
QB
safety.
of the defense.
I think that's where it ends up. Like center is second hardest on offense. I think, and middle linebacker is probably your second hardest on defense. Because it's like it's the same reasoning in my thinking. Because you're the general, you gotta know everything. You gotta know
you're
everybody's
dictating what's
coverage.
going on, yeah.
You're calling the plays 90% of the time. Like you're relaying the play to the coach.
Mhm.
They signal to you. They don't signal. It's not like everybody's looking on the sideline like, oh, what's the play on defense? No, you just look at your fucking middle linebacker and he's like, blue, 40, whatever. So I would put him in second. That's not a defensive play at all. I can't even remember. We would just call it like zebra or something. I can't remember.
Fighting zebras 69
Yeah.
420.
Yeah.
Go.
69 422.
We never even changed. We were so bad the year I played. We just stayed in the same defense because we were fucking.
It didn't
shit.
matter.
It's not like we were good enough to be like, all right, let's blitz this play. Let's call it something else. Like, no, we were staying in our zone.
Let's not let them score.
Yeah, we
That's
stayed
our
in
goal.
cover 3 zone or cover 2 zone. Like I never had to change positions. It was literally just the safeties. Because I mean, we were giving up 50 points a game, so
You guys weren't good.
Fuck it.
You guys were
it's
not good.
tough. 1-9, dude. Beat
Ready
Wheatland.
to-
Hey, we beat Wheatland though.
Hey, we
That's
won.
actually
Hey, the
huge.
Butt
We won.
Pirates.
That
We
would've
won.
been
We won
sad.
the Highway 65 rivalry.
That would have been
That's all that matters.
sad.
All right.
We want to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up, bro.
It was great having you guys. Don't forget to check out IQ Betting on Instagram. Tell them Unscripted Podcast sent you. Get a 10% discount. And, it's been a great show. Everybody like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to get out there. So, tell your friends, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yep.